Caroline with the Expat Interviews, Thriving Abroad, where we go all over the world and introduce you to the most fabulous, amazing, fearless, really cool people that are doing amazing things all over the world. And hopefully it'll motivate you to do the same. And you'll be here next to me, like my guest today, Sergio Sala. Thank you so much, Sergio, for joining me. I'm really and truly excited to hear your story, because you are going to talk about a lifestyle that is so in right now. So many people are looking to do what you do. And I think you're going to provide a lot of motivation for those that are thinking about it. So tell us a little bit about yourself. Welcome, Sergio. Bienvenido.
Yeah, thank you, Caroline. Thank you for the invite. Yeah, I'm Sergio Sala, and I've been doing this for a while. I think already 8 years. So it's like before it became mainstream, you know. But I've been doing this for a while, but not much online. That's why like people start to watch me like the recent year, because I started, especially I'm an architect. That's my background. And then I tried to do an architect studio, it failed. And then for my whole life, I was doing web design as a hobby. And I realized that I could do this as a freelance job. So I started doing that. And when I realized that I just needed a laptop to travel, like to work and travel, I was like, hey, this is my thing. So I started traveling and going around. And that was like in 2013. So it's been a while. And slowly started like sharing this to people, first in Spanish, because I'm from Mexico. And like just recently, like a year and a half, started making everything in English. And now people start seeing what I do. But I've been doing this for many years. And I've been calling myself a digital nomad way before like the whole COVID happened, which is cool. Like I like the COVID. I mean, it's a bad thing, but it kind of gave us this new path, which is crazy, you know?
Yeah, that's really interesting. I like that, because you like you said, you've been doing it before it became even a thing. And and you know, maybe back then when you started, we didn't have all the apps and, you know, all the access to the things that make it easier even for us to do this online. So you're originally from Mexico, and where you grew up? I mean, did you come from a traveling family? Was it when you were in college? What just made you decide to go out and see the world after college?
Yeah, no, that's a good question. I don't come from a traveling family. Like I'm the first one traveling overseas. And when I studied architecture, I had a chance to do an exchange. Like I did it in Italy. So I was like 22, and it was my first time going outside of Mexico and like all by myself, and it was scary. But once I got there, I was like, my mind was blown. You know, I was like, as they say, like the travel bug beat me. And I traveled to Europe, saw how cheap it is to move around. So I was like, hey, if it is possible, I can be anywhere. That's why, like, eventually I pushed myself to be a web designer and like having a job that lets me travel. So like, it was not easy because, you know, I have this architect background. I study, like my family paid my college, and like getting rid of all of that just to travel is not easy. You know, like family asking you all the time, like, why you don't keep doing architecture? Why are you traveling? What is this thing? It's just a phase, you know, as they say. It's a phase that it's been for 8 years, you know. So
so you're from that traditional Mexican family where, okay, you go to school, you know, go to college, and then you just work and you stay home and until you get married and have kids. Even then you stay home.
No, and it's funny because like I started traveling and my family started questioning me, but now my mom, like, she's got inspired and started traveling with me. Like we had met sometimes, and her story is also interesting. She moved from Mexico to Ohio, Toledo, Ohio, and that's like a love story because she found like an ex-boyfriend before my dad. And now she got married, she has the green card and everything in the States. And it's funny because my mom and I would think about it, like how our life has changed so much. No, like I'm a traveler and she lives in the States now. Like life goes in very interesting ways.
Yes. It's so true. Like, for example, I never thought I guess I've been in Mexico 3 years, but if you had asked me, Sergio, like 5, 6 years ago, would I ever live in Mexico? Mexico? Why would I go live in Mexico?
Mhm.
And you just never know where life is going to take you. There's so many twists and turns, and
I
it's
know.
just an exciting journey. So you have been to how many countries so far as in your travels?
Yeah, I've been more than 50 countries, but
Wait just a minute. 50?
50, 50, 50.
Wow. Wow.
I
Wow.
try, yeah, I try not to like, yeah, like when you start traveling, you always think about, like the bucket list of going to all of them, which is 193 or even more. Like it's crazy. So I think after you start traveling for a while, at least for me, I realized that that was not my goal. I think I realized that I wanted a quality instead of quantity. So I started like slowing down. And one of the great things about being a digital nomad is that you have the option to stay like as long as you can and also as long as your visa lets you, but at least like stay longer than just you're not a common traveler, just hop into new places every 2 days, and also you don't get to know the people, you don't get to, because the videos, if people see my videos that I make, I try to show a city with their lifestyle, with their community, like trying to get to know the place instead of just like, oh, this is a nice architecture, take a picture and selfie and let's go. No, that's what I'm trying not to tell people to
Yeah.
do.
And I did look through your videos, and I did see, first of all, that you are conscious of the community, and you do try to, show people the local side, which is really, really cool and interesting. I also,
Thanks.
couple other things. I see that you like to go to Selena hostels,
Hi.
which those are great hostels, by the way. I stayed in one. I think you stayed in one in San Jose in Costa Rica. Did you stay in the one
Yeah,
in
yes. I stay in four in Costa Rica.
yeah, I saw that was the first time I had stayed in one, and I saw one of your videos. I said, "Wait a minute, I know I stayed in that hostel." So they're really cool places, especially for people that are doing the digital nomads. Well, you brought up one disadvantage, and I was going to ask you really quickly, just talk about some of the disadvantages and of being a digital nomad, because we know with the good, there's the bad. You mentioned the fact that
Yeah,
you really don't get to form or to stay and form relationships with the locals per se.
yeah,
What are some of the other things that you've found that people should be aware of, the downsides?
yeah. Well, the question like got me a little bit off guard because I try to always look for the positive things. So I gotta think more about it. But yeah, like one of them is, I mean, you can spend, I don't know, 3 months in a place, but at the end, you're back, man, that you gotta move. So
Right.
like,
How about
yeah, stop.
budgeting? How about budgeting? Could that be a negative, that you have to be careful with your budget? Does that
Also, but like if you stay longer than a normal traveler, like you don't pay for a hotel, you pay for a whole place for a whole month. So you kind of try to live as a local. So budgeting wise, I think it's better to be a digital nomad than a traveler, you know.
okay?
But and you might spend more because like if you're there, you want to see everything. So that like, yeah, that's one of the downsides, let's say. But yeah, like you don't get to make connections like a profound ones. You could like either with locals or either with people who are traveling, and then you get to meet them other places. But there's always, as a traveler, as a nomad, there's always, I even say that this is something that we should do it in life. Like we need to learn how to say goodbye, because this is people come and go. Either if you stay in one place, people come and go, and as a nomad, you get that more.
It's true. It's true. So I want to say really quickly, I am very jealous of you, because in one of your videos, you went to a place that is on the top of my list,
Which one?
Cartagena, Colombia. I
Yes.
love that video. I was so excited. And you showed a little bit of some things there that I didn't even know about. And the coffee. Oh my God. I just can't wait. I'm counting the days until I book my ticket to go there. That was
uh
beautiful. That was a
now
really
you
beautiful experience.
thank you. You're gonna have fun. And talking about that, so one of the things that I was telling you, like I've been doing this for many years, but the thing is that before I was not a YouTuber, so I've been to many places, like 50 countries, whatever. But most of them, I didn't make a video. So I actually just went back there for like 2 weeks just to make the video, you know, and show what it is. It's like my second time in Cartagena. But that's what I'm trying to do, because my YouTube, like it's growing, it's getting better. But there's many places that I already went that I want to go back just to make the video to show it to my audience, you know.
So you've been a nomad, a digital nomad for 8 years now. So you've had enough time in where you've seen the good, the bad, the ugly. You've been pretty much, you know, through it all. What are some consejos? What are some advice that you would give to someone who is considering doing this? I mean, do you feel, for example, you seem to be a younger person than an older, or do you feel like the younger people maybe have an advantage over an older person? Do you see a disadvantage, or what are your thoughts about that?
Yeah, I'm right now like in between. People think that I'm young, but I'm like on the 30s right now. So so I have a baby face. So I seen the change when I was like 24 when I started or something like that. It was very different. Like you feel more like the world's yours, and you go drink the whole time. And now in the 30s, like I drink less, but people, especially when you meet other travelers, they just want to party, you know, like not everyone, but there's a lot of like that. And you're like, I can't do that much. So I don't know, like there's no age to start traveling, you know, like you can do it at any time. And yeah, like work life is gonna get better right now. Like it's gonna be more remote work. People are gonna move more, and it's scary at the beginning. But I think it's because we feel like the discomfort, you know, like of the unknown. And or for example, thinking that Mexico's, you know, like dangerous, like all these things that we hear in the news. But I think yeah, like the best advice is like just do it, you know, like life is short, you gotta try what you want to do, and most of the time, like so like 98% you're gonna be fine, you know, like those 2% is just a few people that are unlucky, that maybe they were flashing their stuff and their stuff got stolen. But to be honest, like most of the people, like even in Mexico, everybody wants to be good to others, you know, like most, like like people are great, but there's just a small percentage that are not. So
Right, it's true. The human nature, and I want to say that I want to say this to people. You already know this, that when you travel, it's a different. You meet different people. You meet people of a different mindset. You know, unlike being like from the U.S. or even from Mexico, from home, the people that you meet on the road are just different mind.
yeah,
You know, they're just more into what you're into, and it's a different kind of, you know, you don't worry about some of those things that you said, like, oh my God, they're going to steal from me, or they're going to, you know, kill me, or they're going to, you know, they're just most of the time just really cool people. So out of all the 50 countries that you've been to, you've been doubling up and revisiting, which is your favorite so far?
I got that question a lot. Before answering that one, I just remind me of something that you said. There's these two guys called the minimalists. There's a phrase that I like about them. They say that when we're in college, the people that you know, it's the people that it's by proximity, you know, on their safe area. But now with the online stuff, now we get to know people by interest, and it goes the same. Like when you travel, others go to travel, and then you get to meet people that share that passion. So when you're at home, like most of the people by proximity, they won't like to travel because they're not in that crowd. So that's what I keep saying. Like just do it, get to a new place, and you're gonna find people with the same interests, and you're gonna say, man, I should have done this earlier. And then the question, and then also get that a lot. I don't know, like I like many places. It's hard to say.
Okay, so how about this? You are a digital nomad and you've been in 50 countries. Do you plan on doing this indefinitely? Or is there one country where you would say, you know what, I really would spend 2 years here, or indefinite amount of time? Is there one country that you really, you know, vibe with? How about that?
That's a very good question. Nobody asked that one before. I mean, there's a few examples. For example, I stay in Thailand for a year and a half, kind of. I think for a year. And because I loved it, I stayed in Chiang Mai, Thailand, and I moved to the islands, and it's so easy, cheap, great food, great coffee, great people with the same interests. So it's a place that I could stay long, but I wouldn't live my whole life. It's a whole different thing. And it's hard right now because I mean, I'm also getting older. I might start coupling up, and then I won't be able to choose for myself. There's somewhere right now in the States. I don't know. So I mean, Mexico. I'm Mexican, and I love it here. And I could see myself here. I could see myself maybe in the States because I have family now there. I could see myself like in New York because I love New York. In Barcelona, Spain because I love the place. In Thailand, and yeah, so far maybe somewhere in Latin America. I don't know. Like that, this is the great thing. Right now, it's too flexible, so there's not set point.
So you don't think you'll get tired of being on the road then?
I want to like eventually, and that's what a lot of nomads do, like try to find a home base, a place that you can kind of call home for a while and then move around. And that's what I'm trying to do. There's a lot of people who locally they've already done it. Like, hey, as a friend, for example, from Lithuania, that she now they're gonna get married and everything, but their home base is in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico, right? And they do have another one in Lithuania. So it's like they're moving in both Estonia, sorry, from Estonia. And it's great. Like they have two home bases, no? But they can still travel, but they kind of have like a set space with set communities. It's that's what I'm trying to do, but I still haven't found that yet.
You will. You will. So I'm excited for people to see you, in action. I want them to go to your channel. How can we find you in the YouTube space?
Yes. Well, my name is Sergio Sala. So just type that on YouTube or Instagram. Like all my networks, the same name, SergioSala. And right now I'm focusing a lot on YouTube, like I'm making this review of the cities that I go, and like share the whole life there as a nomad, coffee shop, things to do, food. A lot of people get jealous when they see my videos because they get hungry, seeing all the food that I eat there.
I'm jealous. The coffee in Colombia, I mean, the way you make it, it was just like, oh my God, I need to book my ticket yesterday.
That's beautiful. Like what exactly what you just said. That's what I want people to get out of the videos. It's like, and that's what people say. I'm not like a show of, oh, I do this and you can. I'm more like, you can do this, and when you get there, you're gonna do these things.
That's what I love about you. That's what I love about your videos. So hopefully you will inspire, and I'm sure you have. You will inspire others to, to do this life. We live a different life. Our life is different from last year. Our life will be different next year. And like you said earlier, just go with the flow. Live your life. You just don't know. If you want to be a digital nomad, do it. Go check out Sergio. He's living his dream life, and you can do it too. And thank you so much, Sergio, for stopping by to chat and share your amazing journeys, and keep it up. We are inspired, and we love what you're doing.
Thanks to you, and enjoy Merida.
Thank you. I'm going to also put the link below, everyone, for Sergio's YouTube, and you're a grammer too, right? Are you on the gram?
Yeah.
Both. All right. We'll put both of the links there. Thank you so much, and enjoy your life.
All right, you say. Ciao.